Keke, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakahachwadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to take the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Yeah, bro, this motherfucker, he just whipping out here like, motherfucker, look. You in a damn parking lot. What the fuck would you be driving that damn fast? So like you, y'all. You know, I normally gotta get my little prayers in. Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi watch over me while I'm out here. But Bahashim Yahawashi. Yeah, but you know, I seen this article earlier. This is you know, Russell Wilson and Ciara, and pretty much they done so-called put some matches together, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, some couples getting together or whatever. So this is Keke Palmer, right? This is her little podcast, and she's basically who y'all see from me. Well, who you should be seeing for yourself is the man that you just had a baby with, your husband, you know? So you remember, you know, the little scandal that was going on. I don't know which one. I think, was it Usher? I'm trying to think, was it Usher or Chris Brown or somebody? She was all fucking naked damn near, you know, dancing like she ain't got no fucking man and, you know, that bullshit. And, you know, there was this little, you know, these chickens, I call them, chicken heads. The so-called black woman was telling her about how her husband, you know, because her husband didn't like the shit, you know. And they was all telling her about, you know, how she should leave him and he's too controlling and this. Here you go, you got bitches with no man telling you to leave your man. You know? So now, and she could have been playing about this, but actually she probably was serious as hell. You know? You asking them about somebody for you. You gotta, that baby can't be no more than about maybe 3 years old or so. Probably, you know, give or take. But she says on the show, I know I gotta let you guys go soon, but this is like probably the most important piece of the interview, what I'm about to ask right now. I heard y'all are good at matchmaking, Palmer said. You know, 2 of the people y'all done matched are already making their way down the aisle. Keke went on, so you know, I just want to make sure I ask before we got to the game or some shit she's saying. Well, let me ask, who y'all see for me? Well, you know, I'm going into the comment boards. You got a lot of simps in there talking about me, choose me. I only seen one person in the comment board that was like, well, why don't you deal with your fucking husband? Get back with your husband. Because, you know, the scriptures talks about if a woman leaves her man, you know, she has to be single. Other than that, she got to get back with him. And anybody dealing with her is committing adultery. And she's committing adultery. And, you know, she's been in that game for a long time anyway. You know, she was, you know, child actor. You know, she kind of went through a bankruptcy back in the days and shit because she was supposedly the breadwinner of the family and all this other shit. But, you know, she let these 144 on that plate right there. I thought she had got back with her husband. Let me see something. Did Keke Palmer get back with her husband? Oh, they won't let me do it on this with this screen recorder. Salakia. I thought she did. At one point I thought she did. You know, they kind of, after all that little bullshit went down, she supposedly had gotten back with him. So maybe I can do it once I get to a light or something like that. But anyway, you know, just touching on it. This is the mindset of these people. Because you even got Russell Wilson. You know, he got some money. He got some cake. He can actually take care of those children. But he actually adopted, supposedly, the children that Ciara got with I don't even know how many baby daddies she got. I think she got one with Culture. I don't keep up with them like that. But at the same time, too, like, why would you jump into a relationship with somebody like that and adopt their kids, you know, because it can end bad. It's not a flex here. It's not a benefit for dudes, man. You adopting other men's kids, and then she leaves or y'all break up and she's getting child support from you for a child that's not, or children that's not even yours. That shit is stupid. But that's the American way. And that shit is seen to be, well, looked upon as great to these women. It don't benefit no men. But you got men that do this stupid shit. Very stupid, you ask me. Let me see, get back with her husband. They got her baby daddy. I thought she was married to this nigga. They was actually married, if I'm not mistaken. Keke Palmer and her ex-boyfriend and baby daddy. See that? This is how is AI actually wording shit like that? They don't word shit like this for no so-called white people. They'll put a partner or, you know, some shit. They straight ghetto nigga her out with this. Keke Palmer and her ex-boyfriend and baby daddy, Darius Jackson, navigated a high publicized on and off relationship that included domestic abuse allegations and a temporary restraining order in 2023. By 2025, they had reconciled to successful co-parent their son, see? Leo, with Jackson enlisting in the U.S. Army, which is a fucking idiot. Anyway, though, but okay, if you successfully in 2025 got back together to co-parent, it shouldn't even be about the co-parenting of the child. Of course, that comes with it, but you should be reconciling your fucking relationship. You're talking about, I think all the allegations of supposedly the abuse was, again, let's see this. No, they didn't give me that option. Oh, fuck. Do we need to get out of your way? Can you get around here? This nigga all on the damn curb. Be so much shit going on. And these be areas, man, where you don't think shit be going on at. These little expensive areas to live in. Very expensive. Ain't no telling what the fuck's happening. Anyway. I guess we can just go back. But hey, man, you know, this is why the apostles tell us don't get caught up with the so-called black woman. Because she'll get with somebody else and pull the same bullshit. It's like you're never satisfied. It's no one can actually please you women. You know, when you have your up and down days, you just got to deal with your up and down days, because you'll be right back the fucking same maybe in 2 or 3 days. You act a fucking fool for a day or so, and then you right back, oh, sweetheart, baby, this. Then you acting a goddamn fool again. So you might as well just stay where you are while your emotions move around. And the men don't have no power here, man. So you, Jake, man, you jumping off into these relationships with these American women. It's not gonna work for you. This is not our rest. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm at this light. We're gonna be a long lesson. I'm dealing with a damn fucking Edomite chick right now at the plantation. Like, I'm so glad to get the fuck away from her. Just the shit that just be flying out of their mouth, it just be so stupid, bro. It's like when you come into this truth, it's like I can't even stand really even listening to. I just can't stand listening to women talk. Like, it's just like the shit they be saying. It's so aggravating. Like, that shit you just said was stupid as hell. And it's generally all the shit that they be saying. It's not just some of it. You know, as long as their mouth is moving, it's really nothing that's beneficial that comes out of their mouth, man. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction. And our people are very destroyed here, man. You had to come out of the mindset. You think this lady will come out of the mindset of an American? No, she's going into a relationship as an American. That shit don't work. Esau's relationship counseling and his marriage, his way of marriage, a dude getting on one knee. That's like this guy, Russell Wilson, man. You got on a knee and you married you know, you begged a woman to marry you that's got kids with another motherfucker. That's backwards, man. That's not the way that it's. And with that kind of money, nigga, you could have had anybody. I think he did have a little snow bunny before her. You know, I think maybe back when his career first got started. But man, with that type of money, you could have went anywhere and had anybody that looked way better than fucking Ciara, man. You go and get some already blown out box. Come on, bro. Shit is retarded. But this is why we need out of here. This is why we chant this kingdom down. This is why we pray to our Father, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushua, which are the true names of the Father and Son. We pray to him to get us out of the hands of our enemies. This kingdom is tearing us apart, man. We're sorely destroyed in this kingdom. You trying to be a fucking American, you gonna fail. There's nothing successful about being a damn American for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You need to come back to your rightful state. Come back to your rightful state, man. Calling on the Father, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushua. Living by our customs. Our customs, you know, you wouldn't have these problems if we was living by our customs, man, with the woman and man. You wouldn't have all these fucking monsters being raised by you so-called black women. Because that's the only result. Cause your American way, the results of you raising children by yourself, that's monsters that's gonna come forth. That's it. Nothing good is gonna come out of you raising a son or a daughter by yourself. I seen some little, I think these are some little Edomite chicks though, earlier this morning when I was coming to work. And they look like they couldn't have been no more than about maybe 12, 13, something like that. But they out here with the little shorts on, you know, ass out. And I'm like, where the fuck is these hoes going this early? That's the first thing that popped out my mind. Like, where these hoes? I couldn't. It was the only way that it could come to my mind. Where these hoes going? I'm straight like, these some hoes. They all on the phone and shit. I'm like, ain't no telling where these hoes about to go and what they about to do. Because we know women at that age, once they start to get that little itch, they was probably going to get their heads banged in right on when I saw them, man. At that age. Because they had some nice little decent bodies, but I can look at their face and tell, like, you little motherfuckers. And then they had on, I'm talking about them little bitty tight ass volleyball shorts. Little cakes hanging out. That's the American way, where your women are able to start off their life just like that right there. And by the time they're 16, they got 2 babies, 3 babies. Then they went on my life. I should have met my life. I seen this bitch yesterday. I started to do a lesson on it. I might still do a lesson if I can. I think if I saved it. She was an Edomite chick too, though. When she was 14, when she had both of her damn breasts cut off. She had that mastectomy. Trying to be a goddamn dude. Then she wants to transition back to being a woman, and she's suing the doctor that cut off her fucking titties. But your parents signed the paperwork. Doofy, you wanted that. And see, that's that administration, you know, when Joe Biden and them was in there, 8-year-old can make their own decisions when it comes to their gender. All that shit. All that nastiness, all that freak shit that Obama and Joe Biden and them pulled in. And Trump and them is no better. You know? But that's the American way. They gave you that lifestyle where you can do shit like that. See? They gave you that mindset that you can, you know, live the way that you live in the Americas. That shit is toxic. There's nothing that good that comes from it. That's why having this wisdom is a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. Man. For having this wisdom. Because this wisdom, you go into Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, it talks about, you know, spiritually that whore, but physically that whore as well. You can get around a lot of the bullshit with these bitches, man. Here you go, this chick, she wants somebody else to be with, and you still got to deal with the nigga that you already had the baby with and your baby. And some dude got to deal with all that shit to go along with your fucking emotional attitude. That's where the wisdom comes in at. See, before, we couldn't see shit like that. You know, before, this was just normal way of life. What's wrong with it? What's so wrong with a man taking care? What's so wrong with it? Well, see, through the scriptures, we can see that shit is demonic. It's not gonna bring anything productive. It's not a success. And it's actually, you know, that's why we're called a nation of adulterers, man. You gotta deal with a chick that's already done blew a whole big head ass baby out of her box. Come on, baby. Come on, bro. So lucky. But yeah, I'm gonna end out, man. I see this and I'm just like, this bitch crazy. But you know, she got a few little things still going on. You know, they try and stay relevant. That's why she's got that podcast. You know, a lot of these actors and actresses and sports stars, and you know, once their little careers are over with and they start to dwindle away, and they're not a piece in the hood, you know, so to speak, because you know she done that ghetto ass movie with I think it was SZA or whatever the fuck her name, it was somebody, whoever, ghetto ass. She doing a bunch of so-called ghetto ass movies. I think the last thing she probably really got some real money out of was that Nope movie. But all this other little shit she doing, I think she got some shit on Peacock. But nobody's checking for that shit, man. It's so much shit on TV these days. Nobody's really checking for your ass like that, man. Straight up. You know? But they try and hang on, they try and stay seen, so to speak. Nobody gives a shit about none of that shit they doing, man. So she's got this, and that's, you know, the podcast thing is where the gossip is at. People like gossip. People like, well, what did you hear about this? And what did you know, this, and it. And people's lives are tied into shit like that. They love that shit. So a little podcast, she got the juice on somebody. You know, she can get away with some shit, you know, have some sponsors, you know. A couple of those, you know, those bullshit ass commercials that they be showing, your rod hardening pills and your, some skincare bullshit, some hair shit for you nigga women. Anyway, it's a lot, you know, Jake be ranting, but hey, we got to come out of this place, man. This is not our rest. We need away from Esau, because Esau has normalized wickedness, man. And our people are generally the mascot of this wickedness, because they push the wickedness through our people. They put you as the face and brand of all niggerdom, when Esau is really the true niggard. And it's just high time to awake out of sleep and to repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son Yahweh, because this right here, you're at the end of this. Because again, it don't produce nothing. When something is not being produced or populated, that means that it dies off. And America is a perfect example of a dying situation, man. You can't get nothing. There ain't no growth coming out of this, man. Only thing you're going to get is another generation of chaotic shit. And then another generation. Then another generation. Here you go. You got these old ass men in office. This is the last of it. These old ass men in office rape, robbing, and pillaging all the coffers, taking all the riches and the wealth from the regular people. And they go, this nigga Trump, 80 years old, he ain't gonna live that much longer if this shit was to carry on. But guess what? His sons will come up in his steed, and they'll continue to rip your ass off. Right? So I'm gonna end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Hey, don't deal with these women like this, man. You know, I'm not saying that it's all so-called black women, but hey, you gotta be very, very careful. And especially, why deal with a chick that's got a baby by another dude? Especially when the baby is young. You know? And I gotta say, especially when the baby is older. When you dealing with some chick, she got a 12, 13-year-old, especially a damn daughter. Or a son. Yeah, she got a 14-year-old and you dealing with her, and you gotta deal with a nigga talking about you ain't my daddy. And gotta deal with maybe a possible shootout with the fucking baby daddy for some shit that the kid may have said to him. You know how kids be, man. Or you coming in, you spending all kinds of money to try and buy their love. Get the fuck out of here, man. Leave all that shit alone, man. Let these chicks do their thing. They've been out here talking about they didn't need a man. They got their jobs. They got their degrees. Let them raise them fucking kids by themselves, man. Let them do their thing. Just look, man, get your fucking ass out of the street, man. Doofy ass. Fucking Edomites. What the fuck you doing out here by yourself anyway? So like you. Anyway, man. With that, hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashal on the Bible Ball.